Hey everyone, Vincent Janito here, and I am going to walk you through the kind of finer points of the Nintendo Switch's user interface. It's snappy, it's clean, and it's got some neat little features tucked away into it, and of course some features that you've probably come to expect from modern gaming systems. So let's dive right in. One of the things I really like about the Switch's interface is how easy it is to kind of manage different profiles. So you can see right here at the top, you can switch easily between these two icons that show my page, and then Ryan McCaffrey, our previews editor, has also been using this system, and I love those charming little sound effects. They're so entertaining. Pretty basic stuff here. You can see your play activity and manage some basic settings, your friends list, and all that. And you can see your friend code pretty easily and conveniently, which is of course which is nice. But even cooler than that, I think, is the fact that whenever you go to launch a game like Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Oh, it's actually prompting me for, I'm going to start software. I'm not going to do the update. We can do that later. But every time I go to start a piece of software or a game, it actually gives me the option to select which users' files will be accessed. And this is a really neat little feature because instead of like on some other consoles where you have to log in as that user and maybe switch over to their screen altogether, like the PS4, before starting a piece of software, you can actually just start something and then all the users are available there for you to select between, which I think is a pretty neat little bit of time saving. So let's dive deeper into the actual system settings, which are down here. Again, really entertaining little sound effects throughout the UI here. Lots of fun stuff. And at the top, you'll see pretty basic stuff here that's really more for the handheld mode, airplane mode, screen brightness, screen lock. This is stuff that you can't generally mess with. Parental controls, I am not personally a parent, but obviously I think that strong parental controls are pretty important to any modern gaming device. And I think it's really cool. I haven't downloaded the app itself, but it seems that you can actually download a Nintendo app to your phone or tablet, and then you can actually control and monitor usage stats and access to different games and eShop purchases through your app. So that means that if you're not by your TV or you don't directly have your eye on your kids, you can still kind of have a sense of what they're playing and make sure they're not doing stuff they shouldn't be while you're gone, which I think is pretty neat. You can test, of course, the internet connection and get a sense of the upload and download speeds. Pretty standard stuff. Data management is an important one, mostly because of what's not here. So you can see we don't have an SD card loaded right now, but you can put up to a 2 terabyte SD card in there, or so Nintendo has claimed. We haven't personally tested that out just yet, but because the update just came out today that activated SD card compatibility. But one thing you'll see is that if you go to manage save data, the only option you have is to delete your saved data. So as we reported earlier this morning, it doesn't seem like there are any options, at least for right now, to transfer your saved data to another system, either physically or through some sort of cloud service like you can on the Xbox One and PS4, which is, that's disappointing, especially if you have multiple consoles or you play in multiple places. Or you just want to go to a friend's place and be able to download your saves to show them something or whatnot. That's a little bit unfortunate. But moving right along, you can mess with the Me editor. We're not going to dive into that, but there's a lot of options there. It's pretty robust. You can make a lot of cool looking dudes and dudettes. And then the themes right now, there's just 2 themes. You have either the white, which everyone's kind of come to see a lot of, and then there's the basic black. I'd imagine that over time they're going to add more to your catalog of different looks you can give the system, but right now it's just those 2 colors. And notifications for friends logging on and all that kind of thing. Sleep mode settings. This is all pretty standard stuff. One thing that I think is pretty cool though is you can actually test your input devices. You can do a little bit of a button check to make sure that everything is working as intended. So it just shows the different inputs that you're putting in. And I think this is pretty neat. If you think you have a busted button that's not working properly, or you think a controller is not reading its inputs properly, or that's not synced properly, it's pretty easy to check that out here, which I think is a nice little touch. I like little touches like that. And another neat little thing that the system can do, aside from the standard array of TV resolution output settings and color ranges, screen size, and all that, is you can actually have the Switch turn on your TV when it comes out of sleep mode, and it does that solely through HDMI, assuming that you have a TV that that will actually support that feature. Not every TV is capable of doing that. You do have to fiddle with some things in your TV's menu. But I think it's just neat that it's there. Obviously the Xbox One can do it with kind of an RF burst from the Kinect, but it's pretty neat that you can do that with just through HDMI. If that's your kind of thing, that if you want to be super lazy and kind of cut out that one extra step. So yeah, we're actually gonna jump into a game here, and I'll show you folks some other nice little features. Like I said, the UI is very snappy, and it's very easy to switch from from doing things in game. Like even here at the in these earlier screens, it's very very immediate for me to get right back to what I was doing. And what's nice is that it seems from what I've seen so far and tested that unlike say the PS4, it doesn't seem like there are any features that you can dive into while the system is also playing a game that will force that game to be closed down. Whereas some settings oddly kind of on the PS4, though it's pretty good at multitasking, if you go into some settings or modes, it will say that you have to shut down the game. And, just with a press of the home button, we are back here, and then with another press of the home button, we're back into the game, which is still loading up. So we'll wait for that to load up for just a second. Alrighty, and through the magic of video editing, we have achieved the shortest load time in the history of video games. And so, yeah, obviously I'm here playing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Man, is this pretty, right? Love this game. I think you folks are going to love it too. But in any case, what's really nice about the Switch is that, it goes back and forth between in-game and your menus pretty quickly. It's very easy, very responsive, and I like that. And then, of course, when you jump out to the menu, you can actually close the game with a touch of a button pretty easily, which is nice, but we're not going to do that just now. Another nice thing about the system, and we're going to take advantage of it right here, because, man, this is a beautiful vista, right? So, one thing that's really sweet is that it's very easy to take screenshots. With the press of a button, it's very fast, a lot faster than the PS4. It is on the PS4. That screenshot has just been taken and archived, and in fact, while we're still in game, we don't even have to. But heck, we could be in midair when we do it. Doesn't matter where we are. I'm gonna actually, just to prove a point, I'm gonna take a nice long dive, and then I'm gonna jump into the menus while we're doing it. So yep, even while I'm in midair, we're gonna take a quick break in flight, and we're gonna go into the album, which is pretty neat. And here, it's really easy to kind of slide through the different photos that you've taken, and I've taken a few, and you can see here that you can add text. So let's find the screenshot I just took, which is right here. Yeah, cool. And we can you can edit this. You can add some text to it. Not very exciting, but yeah, we can add some text, and then we can select the position, and we can change the angle. Whatever we want to do, or we can do nothing. Kind of. Yeah, I don't want any text over this beautiful picture, right? So then, once we're done editing it and playing with it and doing whatever we want with it, actually, we can even add. Yeah, no, we're going to stay simple here. So yeah, it's easy to just post it then to social media. And again, this is nice. You can choose whose social media you're going to post it to. And I've previously already linked my account to Twitter, not to Facebook, but to Twitter. So we're going to just put in a quick message here. Testing. Yeah, but I've already tested it and it works. So, yep, post to Twitter. and bam. And now we will let's get back to our regularly scheduled flight. And just like that, you can take, edit, and upload screenshots. You can take a couple here while I'm in the air because that's pretty. Why not? Yeah, so I love how snappy that functionality is. So, yeah, we're going to... That's enough of Zelda. We don't want to spoil anything for anyone out there who's excited to get started. It's also worth noting that right here on the kind of main screen, which shows just your most recent roll of games, and again, very snappy, very quick, no fuss, no muss. There's not a lot of stuff here to get bogged down with. You can click on it and just do some basic stuff, update the software, which it sounds like we need to do for Breath of the Wild. And a couple of other things, nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary here. But it's cool that it's there. The last thing I want to take a look at before we sign off, real quick, let's take a look at the news. So yeah, this is just your news feed. This is something that Nintendo's been doing with their consoles a little bit, just kind of a current events, kind of public service announcements, some game announcements, and you can click through to see videos and screenshots and all that stuff. Again, you should be pretty familiar with that if you had a Wii U. But yeah, so the eShop also added in today's. We have access to that added to today's update. Again, with a pleasing little audio-visual experience. It's kind of adorable. But yeah, the story itself is pretty straightforward and simple, which is kind of the motif you should be picking up on pretty much here. You can easily get to where you'd enter a code for a download. There's a coming soon tab which shows Blaster Master Zero, which was announced as being on this coming to the Switch just earlier this week, and I'm really excited about that because I'm a big Blaster Master fan. And recent releases and a search bar, though I haven't yet been able to successfully find something through the search. I tried finding Zelda through the search bar a few times earlier and didn't have any luck. But what we will do right here, real quick, is just walk you through making a purchase. I've already linked my debit card to my account, and yeah, you'll notice that I didn't have to sign in with my password when I came into the eShop. That's because that's a setting you can set if you want. You can make it so that people have to put in their password every single time. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab snipper clips. I've already added some money to my wallet to take care of that. I'm gonna be poor afterwards. Just 1 penny to my name. Please send help. And yeah, you just confirm the purchase, and bam, thank you. You got snipper clips, and you can go back to shopping. It's pretty quick and seamless. And yeah, now I'm the proud owner of snipper clips. And then you can see it shows up here on the screen. You can see that it's installing, and check on the progress. Doesn't seem like there's any options to kind of manage the downloads. It's really just either you cancel it or you keep going. But yeah, that is kind of a broad overview of some of the key features of the UI of the Nintendo Switch. I hope you folks found this useful, and for much more on the Nintendo Switch, keep it right here on IGN.